Genesis appears to be structured around the recurring phrase Ella Toledo, meaning these are the generations, with the first use of the phrase referring to the generations of heaven and earth, and the remainder marking individuals. Noah, the sons of Noah, Shem, etc., down to Jacob. The Toledo formula, occurring 11 times in the Book of Genesis, delineating its sections and shaping its structure, serves as a heading which marks a transition to a new subject. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Narrative. In the beginning. Genesis chapter 2 verse 4. Narrative. Toledo of heaven and earth. Genesis chapter 5 verse 1. Genealogy. Toledo of Adam. Genesis chapter 6 verse 9. Narrative. Toledo of Noah. Genesis chapter 10 verse 1. Genealogy. Toledo of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 11 verse 10. Genealogy. Toledo of Shem. Genesis chapter 11 verse 27. Narrative. Toledo of Terach. Genesis chapter 25 verse 12. Genealogy. Toledo of Ishmael. Genesis chapter 25 verse 19. Narrative. Toledo of Isaac. Genesis chapter 36 verse 1 and 36 to 9. Genealogy. Toledo of Esau. Genesis chapter 37 verse 2. Narrative. Toledo of Jacob. It is not clear, however, what this meant to the original authors, and most modern commentators divide it into two parts based on the subject matter: a primeval history, chapters 1 to 11, and a patriarchal history, chapters 12 to 50. While the first is far shorter than the second, it sets out the basic themes and provides an interpretive key for understanding the entire book. The primeval history has a symmetrical structure hinging on chapters 6 to 9. The flood story, with the events before the flood mirrored by the events after. The ancestral history is structured around the three patriarchs Abraham, Jacob and Joseph. The stories of Isaac do not make up a coherent cycle of stories and function as a bridge between the cycles of Abraham and Jacob.